It began with the Accredited. They were described as essential, reliable, verified, trusted, protected. No one was allowed to criticize them. Not their decisions, not their violence, not their corruption, and not their abuse of power. If one of them lied, you could not say they lied. If one of them abused power, you could not name the abuse. If one of them hurt someone, the harm had to be reported through the proper channel, quietly, privately, without causing public concern. Speaking out was called extremist destabilization. Now, at first, most people accepted it. They said it was only about hate speech, only about protecting social peace, only about stopping extremism. The rule was simple. The Accredited could behave how they wanted, and everyone else had to be careful how they described it. Then the circle widened. First, they came for the people who criticised the Accredited. Most people said nothing. Then they came for the journalists who asked too many questions. People said, journalism needs responsibility. Then they came for the teachers who encouraged debate. People said, classrooms need neutrality. Then they came for the artists, the poets, the comedians, the actors and the writers. People said, imagination has become reckless. Then they came for the children. Not because children were political, because children played. And those in power had begun to understand what play really was. Children running in groups became unlicensed assembly. Children making dens became territorial behaviour. Children dressing up became raw disorder. And children playing battles became symbolic aggression. Children copying police, soldiers, judges and leaders became authoritarian mimicry. And children inventing stories became narrative contamination. And the most dangerous phrase of all appeared in the new guidance, rehearsal behaviour, because that was what frightened them. Play was rehearsal. Rehearsal for courage, rehearsal for refusal, rehearsal for standing with someone weaker, rehearsal for breaking a rule and discovering the world did not end, rehearsal for imagining that power could change hands. So play was not banned as play. I mean, that would have sounded absurd. It was banned as public disorder. Messy play was banned. Chase games were banned. Masks were banned. Street games were banned. Mock trials were banned. Improvised drama was banned. Children were no longer allowed to gather without a defined purpose. They could exercise, they could study, they could attend supervised well-being sessions. They could take part in approved activities with measurable outcomes, but they could not invent their own worlds. They could not make their own rules. They could not test danger. They could not mock power. They could not practice freedom. Adults accepted this too. They said the schools were so much calmer. They said the streets were so much safer. They said the parks were cleaner. They said the young people were more focused. But what they meant was children had become easier to manage. Soon, the country looked peaceful. No public arguments, no satire that mattered, no street theatre, no protest songs, no children shouting in the square, no one laughing at uniforms, no one asking why the Accredited still could not be criticised. No one asking who accredited them, no one asking who benefited. People still spoke, but carefully. People still thought, but privately. People still disagreed, but not where it could be heard. Children still had energy, but nowhere free to put it. Anger did not disappear. Fear did not disappear. Injustice did not disappear. It simply lost its public language. It lost its rehearsal space. It lost its theatre. It lost its jokes. It lost its games. It lost its childhood. And then, eventually, they came for the ordinary people. Parents who complained, workers who organised, neighbours who filmed what happened, students who asked why, children who refused to stop pretending, but by then there was no one left who knew how to resist. The journalists had been silenced, the teachers had been disciplined, the artist had been removed, the children had been trained out of imagination. The public had learned to watch quietly, and when they finally came for me, I looked for the people to help, the journalist, the teacher, the actor, the child with the cardboard sword, but they were all gone, or quiet, or trained. The street did not erupt, the windows did not open, no one shouted my name, no child turned the moment into a story where someone could still be rescued. The Accredited watched, and the city stayed calm. That was the achievement. Not justice, not safety. Calm. A nation so well trained it could witness anything and call it peace.